Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Hodge here, and this is a kind of a different video. So like I said, like in the last news episode, every video while I'm up here in New York is gonna be this background until I move. I'm actually moving up here. I'm working on getting like a new studio and everything set up right. So I have all kinds of cool wrestling stuff behind me again. But for the time being, for like the next probably month or something, the background's gonna be like this. So this is gonna be a different kind of video. I was just trying to come up with new video ideas because I kind of get sick of like, let's do WWE News. Okay, so what else do people like? WWE News, WWE News, WWE News. So I kept doing WWE News, and I know people love that, but I like to have other stuff on the channel. I like to have like a variety of content instead of just like one thing. But I know people like the news, like the best out of everything. I mean, I know some of you might disagree with that, but I look at like the majority of you seem to like the news the best. But I know a lot of people like the vlogs too. A lot of people like unboxing videos and stuff like that, and I'm gonna do a lot more of that kind of stuff here soon. Just like unboxings and vlogs take money. Like, you have to spend money to make those, at least for me, because the only vlogs I do are wrestling vlogs, and I'm actually thinking about doing a different kind of vlog. I'm thinking about just doing a daily, well, not a daily, but just like my normal day vlog, like maybe once a week, a weekly vlog, nothing to do with wrestling, just a vlog to kind of chill and talk to the camera and show you guys what's up. But yeah, this is just another kind of video I came up with. It's called like tips. I don't know, the name can always change. Right now it's called Brandon Hodge's Tips. So tips for like wrestling fans for stuff, because I've experienced a lot as a wrestling fan, experienced a lot as a person. I mean, I don't guess this whole series has to be wrestling related, but this video is. It's about going to wrestling shows, guys. So if you're a wrestling fan and you live in the United States, you probably have been to a wrestling show, or you want to go to a wrestling show or something. If you're even overseas in the UK, I mean, they travel to the UK, and if you're like a part of the UK or you want to travel to a part of the UK they go to or something like that, and you've never been to a show, or you've been to a show and there's some things you'd like help with or to know about, like meeting wrestlers before the show or something like that, I'm here to give you all of my tips about that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna be like talking about times, like time like noon, 5 p.m. or something like that. Two things. This might not make sense if you're not on like the stupid thing like the United States is on the 12-hour clock. If you're on a 24-hour clock, you have to like convert it or whatever. And another thing, if you're not in the same time zone as me, these times are gonna make sense. Like where I live, starts at 8 p.m. So if you're like in a different time zone, like Central, it's gonna be 7 p.m. and then it'll keep going like Mountain Time 6 p.m. Then Pacific 5 p.m. But just remember that. Just like if I tell you you want to go meet wrestlers at like noon or something, if you're in a different time zone, that's gonna be a totally different time. I just don't want you guys to get confused and show up at the arena at the wrong time, so you're not gonna meet wrestlers. My goal here is to tell you guys how to meet wrestlers before the show and give you tips about actually going to the shows. Okay, so my first tip is not necessarily about going to the show. It's about how you get to the show. You have to buy a ticket to get to the show, and my first tip's gonna be about buying tickets. So to get the best seats for the best price, you really wanna go on the pre-sale. Like you don't wanna wait until like they have the advertisements on TV, because frankly, when the advertisements are on TV, it's probably almost too late to buy the tickets to actually get the good seats, unless the like pre-sale starts in 2 days, and if you don't have the money saved for that, oh well, guess what? You're not gonna get good seats for a good price. So for me, to always like, I've always set like row 2, row 3, sometimes front row if I'm like really lucky on the pre-sale, and I've always got those seats. Like, how do you afford this is what people ask, and I'm like, I got front row for $90, dude. I didn't pay like a fortune for this. I just got it on the pre-sale because I was smart. So how I got good seats for every show, and I know it's gonna be harder for me to get good seats now because I'm telling you guys my secret to get good seats. It's really not just a secret. You just buy the tickets as soon as they go on sale. StubHub, SeatGeek, they're not good sites. Like, yeah, they're sure if you need last minute tickets, but they're reselling. Like, it's people on there reselling the tickets. It's not directly from the box office, and it's not gonna be for face value. Usually it's for more money, unless it's like the day of the show or something when ticket prices drop. That's another tip I'll give you. But anyway, I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm getting kind of excited here, but my tip is, if you wanna go to a show and and you saw it on like the internet or something, and tickets don't go on sale for like a month or something, look when that pre-sale is, set like an alarm on your phone or something, be on that pre-sale. And I guarantee if you want like really good seats like floor like I get, I guarantee you can get like row 1, row 2, row 3, something like that. Unless you're like in a massive city like Chicago or something, you're gonna have really good luck. Like down in Tennessee, I'm moving soon, so where I used to live down in Tennessee, like Knoxville and stuff, there's really not that many like scalpers and stuff. So you get on there, you're gonna get freaking good seats. Now another thing, if you're in like a bigger city like Chicago, New York City or something, LA, I've had good luck in LA, but like Chicago, #1 wrestling city in the world, you're not gonna have any luck on the pre-sale. You're not gonna have any luck on anything unless you go directly to the box office. Like, go to the Allstate Arena, go to the box office, say I want to buy tickets, show me what you have. so you don't have to deal with like the robot online. But if you're like in Chicago, a thing you can do, and the thing that StubHub and SeatGeek are useful for, last minute tickets. When the scalpers get scared that they're not going to sell the tickets, they drop the prices massively. So like, let me see if I can remember. Me and my friend Nicola, we went to Raw in Chicago. We were wanting like $500 for our tickets, and then we waited until like the day of the show, and we got the tickets for like $150. Like, they dropped massively. Like, let's say there's a ticket you see on StubHub. It's $100, and you're like, $100 is a little too much. Wait till the day of the show. That $100 ticket will be like $20. It's insane how much this stuff drops. But that's the tips for buying tickets. I'm sorry that took a minute to kind of explain. I just want you to guys know, literally the most important thing about going to shows is being smart about buying tickets so you can have the best seats possible and the best experience. I mean, if you're front row, you're gonna get selfies with wrestlers, you're gonna get high fives, you're gonna get interactions with the wrestlers, especially if it's a house show, they'll interact with you more and stuff like that. If it's a televised show, they're gonna be out there right in front of you, slamming each other into the barricade, going over the crowd and stuff. It's a very fun experience. So that's for buying tickets. As far as going to the show, I don't really recommend going to the show extremely early. Other than like meeting wrestlers, but actually going into the arena, there's really not a point, because you can go in the merch line, you can go spend $10 on one hot dog or something, but really there's really not a point of going in the arena that early. Like, you're just, after you get your hot dog, your food, if you're not hungry, oh well, go to the restroom, whatever, go in the merch line. Usually there's like 10 merch tables in an arena, and the lines really aren't that long unless it's like a massive pay-per-view or something. You're really just sitting in your seat. Like, I know doors open like sometimes up to like 2 hours before the show, but I don't want to be like stuck in the arena for 2 hours before the show with nothing to do. I'm sorry, the sun's moving, so this is overexposed. Let me fix this real quick. But oh no, the sun, oh, there's a cloud. Okay, never mind. But where was I? Going in the arena early. There's really not a point. I mean, you can go see the pre-show, that's cool, but if you go in like an hour before the pre-show, you're just sitting there for an hour before anything happens. So I don't recommend going too early. Now, I guess we'll just go right into meeting wrestlers, because going to shows isn't that complicated. You buy your tickets, you go to the show, you have a good time. But I'm just giving you guys some tips for like buying tickets, tips for going to the shows and stuff. Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else about going to the show you should know. I mean, do whatever you want. I mean, you paid for your ticket, be as loud as you want, chant for whoever you want to, boo whoever you want to. I guess signs is a thing. If you're sitting on hard cam, they don't allow signs, so don't even waste your time making a sign. Hard cam and camera side is something I can say. So camera side, when you're watching it on TV, that's the side of the fans that you see. Hard cam is behind the camera, the fans you don't see, and that's why they don't allow signs over there. One, they block the signs will block the camera. Two, they're not going to get on TV anyway. So just kind of point that out. So I just want to kind of point that out. If you don't know which is which, imagine you're the wrestler walking down the stage, right? If you're walking down the stage, the camera side's on the left, hard cam's on the right. So just look at your seat map and you can kind of figure that out. But I guess the last thing I want to talk about is actually going before the show and trying to meet wrestlers. Well, I guess there's one more thing. Recording in there. I know I'm a YouTuber and some of you are YouTubers are actually watching this. Recording during WWE events is technically not allowed through their security or whatever, and they'll like, if they see you recording, they'll tell you, hey, knock it out, don't record, you're not allowed to record the show. But I've personally actually talked to the corporate office for WWE, and they're like, we just don't want you recording the actual matches. You can record the entrances, or maybe like if they're outside the ring or something, or if it's like a promo or something, we're cool with that. Just when they're in the ring doing their thing, actually doing a match, and we're trying to make money selling this, please don't record that. I mean, of course, I've recorded that in the past. A lot of people have recorded that in the past, but if they catch you, they will take down your video, and you just kind of did the vlog for nothing because no one's going to see it. Speaking of which, my No Mercy vlog has been taken down. I need to put that thing back up. I had a little too much footage of in-ring in there, and they didn't like it, so they took it down. I have to like remove it with the YouTube editor and email them, and they'll put it back up. Oh my god, this lighting is killing me right now. Sorry, it's a cloudy day, guys. Hopefully it's all right, but final thing, meeting wrestlers. So here's the deal. It depends on what kind of show you're going to. If you're going to a house show, the wrestlers are not going to show up until like 2 hours before the show. So like, let's say the show starts at 7:30. The wrestler's going to show up about 5 for house shows, WWE Live. If it's a Raw or a SmackDown or a pay-per-view, usually they'll show up about noon. So that's like 8 hours before the show, which is a long time. Now it depends on the wrestler. I mean, if they have something to do before the show, they'll go do that and then come to the arena. In my experience for Raw, SmackDown, they usually show up 12, 1, 2, 3. Usually no one after that. So you got about 3 hours of people going in. Now most wrestlers will not come over. They'll grab their stuff out of the car, their rental car or whatever, and they'll look at the crowd of people. If there's a crowd of people, if you're the only one, it's pretty rare wrestlers gonna come over there, but usually there's a little crowd of people over there, and they'll usually like wave or whatever and then walk in. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go put my stuff in the arena, I'll come back out and take photos with you guys. They never come back. That's happened to me multiple times. It happened to me with Dean Ambrose and with Paige. I mean, not personally, I'm not like, oh my god, can I have a photo please? And they're like, oh, when I come back. No, it's like the crowd, like, come over here, and they're like, let me put my stuff down and I'll come back out. Let me go do this, I'll be right back, and they never come back. But meeting wrestlers before the show, just show up there, like, for Raw, SmackDown, 12. I would say get there at noon, then you can stay there for a few hours. If it's not too hot, it's kind of easy to do, and just kind of chill there. Like, it's not guaranteed you're gonna meet a wrestler, but you might. I've stood out there before and never met anyone, but I've also stood out there before and met like 6 people, so if you want to try that, you meet them for absolutely free. They'll sign whatever you want, take a photo with you usually, so that's cool. For pay-per-views, it kind of depends. It's usually about the same time as Raw and SmackDown, usually about noon, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes 4-ish. It really depends on the wrestler. Sometimes they can go in at like 11 for pay-per-views and stuff if they really have to practice something, but yeah, that's basically all my tips for going to shows. It's not that difficult. Just be smart about buying your tickets, and if you want to meet wrestlers, remember to show up really early. You don't have to show up too early if it's a live event. You can show up a few hours before the show and probably still meet someone. Usually you have a better luck meeting people, usually at house shows and stuff, and if you're like front row, of course, if you get a front row ticket, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a selfie. Every time I've ever been front row, I've got a selfie with at least someone. But yeah, guys, that's my tips for going to wrestling shows. Let me know what you thought of my tips down below. Let me know what you think of this brand new series down below, and we'll continue on with this. I have more tips in the next episode of the series. I believe the next episode of the series, if you guys are curious, it's gonna be about meeting wrestlers and like how to act and how to like do the meet and greets and stuff like that. Not like meeting them before the show. Like if it's a legit meet and greet. Sometimes they're free meet and greets, sometimes you gotta pay or whatever. I'll let you guys in on my experiences in that, because I've done all this before. I've done this, like I've been to like 100 WWE shows, I've met like 100 wrestlers or whatever, so I'm just here to kind of help you guys out. So you guys have, that is it for this tips video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a like, and if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.